They hear a chainsaw. They don't know where it's coming from.
Chainsaw or lightsaber?
Lightsaber chainsaw.
It's a lightsaber chainsaw.
A lightsaber chainsaw. Okay.
Incoming transmission from an unknown source. It seems to be urgent. Patching them through. They're calling themselves the HoloNet Marauders.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the HoloNet Marauders podcast. I'm AJ, joined here by my bomb bad trick-or-treaters, trick-or-treating Jedi, Jamie and Matt. Matt's holding up his pumpkin.
From the
pumpkin paid off last year. Very exciting. But today, I said trick-or-treaters. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting because you didn't win. You might have been runner-up. I can't remember.
When do I ever win? I don't win.
I don't remember.
Exactly.
You win by being a part of this podcast.
That's true.
So we all win.
Oh.
Yeah. Trick or treat, everybody. This is our Halloween episode. If you didn't get that for our audio listeners, I was holding up my Batman mask, and Matt was holding up his pumpkin. I don't know what Jamie was.
I was holding absolutely nothing because I
Jamie
didn't
was
know
holding a jujudgmental stare at both of us.
It was
as
a
usual.
little shocked.
Yeah.
As usual.
How are you guys doing today?
Good.
All right.
I've been up for quite a while, so a little tired, but
Still kicking.
Still kicking. I wrote all of my entries for this at 6:30 in the morning, so we'll see how they hold up.
Sometimes those are like the best thoughts.
I was
sense?
honestly, yeah. I don't know.
It's like Jerry Seinfeld in Seinfeld waking up at like 3 a.m. writing down a note and he doesn't remember what he wrote. That was not a good thought. That's not funny.
Houston 20. What was it?
San Antonio 118, Cleveland 100. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very excited because as much as I love talking about Andor or whatever the current show is going on, I feel like we really thrive doing a bunch of nonsense like this. Like this is our favorite thing to do. I look forward to this. I look forward to talking about Andor, of course, with Jack and everybody having on like in the chat. It's really fun, but this is super fun, over the top, as we always say. I have a couple things to get to before we get to the fun stuff of what we're doing today.
All right.
The first thing is an icebreaker question.
Okay.
I don't think there's any ice in here. It's a thawed out lake at this point. But What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, I didn't see it going that way.
Always has been. What direction?
I thought you were gonna say Milky Way.
Oh, Milky Way. I do love Milky Ways, but no, Sour Patch Kids always has been. The watermelon ones specifically. I've always loved Sour Patch Kids.
When I think Halloween candy, I think chocolate. Maybe it's just me, anyways.
That is what I think too, but I like Sour Patch Kids. They're probably my favorite fruity candy.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah.
Too fruity.
Too fruity.
No.
Wow, 2 Seinfeld episodes, and it's not even 5 minutes in.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
But yeah, Milky Way as a close second, especially like the special dark ones.
But I say this isn't just favorite candy.
No,
favorite Halloween candy.
I've been
like what I'm gonna choose isn't my favorite candy. It's my favorite Halloween candy.
I've been hoarding Sour Patch Kids from last year that were Halloween like packaged for like trick-or-treaters. We got 0 trick-or-treaters last year, but we got this huge bag of Sour Patch Kids to like hand out. That were,
this is the year we get
Sour
one.
Patch Kids like in little bags. And I've been hoarding them for the past year, and I'm down to like 1 bag because it's been like a year. Why am I eating Sour Patch Kids like a year out? Because I don't buy them the rest of the year. And they don't go bad. They're a little hard at this point.
A little hard, but
whatever. Just like the candy corn you had in Connecticut.
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks so much. Yeah. But to answer your question, it is a Halloween candy.
Matt, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Well, I was gonna say my favorite candy until you shot that down. Favorite Halloween candy.
It could be the same, but I feel like there's one that sticks out of my.
It couldn't.
It shouldn't.
How come
but
you backtrack for me, and then you're like, "Oh, Matt, you can say."
Well, because Matt brought it up. Matt was gonna see. Matt gave some friction to the rules.
I'm special.
Yeah, Matt's special.
No.
So if it's my favorite candy in general, it's peanut butter Twix, but they were discontinued. So
oh yeah, you're always yelling about those.
I stay winning.
CBS strips.
If it's favorite Halloween candy, it's got to be the peanut butter ghosts. Reese's peanut butter
Hey,
ghosts,
see?
white
Oh,
chocolate.
yeah.
Hey.
That is a good Halloween candy because they're only out one time per year. And they're
Absolutely.
hard
I
to
like
find.
the ghosts.
Stockpile them.
It has to be the
stockpile them.
ghosts, not the white pumpkins. It has to be the ghosts.
It has to be the ghost. It has to be ghost shaped.
Yeah.
Can't be pumpkin shaped. That's
Tastes
gross.
different.
The ghosts taste good.
Yeah.
It's that ectoplasm.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Mine is so my favorite usual candy is probably just plain Reese's cup. Not the minis, the regular cup. You got to get the proper ratio of chocolate to peanut butter.
Absolutely.
But my favorite Halloween candy, I don't know why, but Three Musketeers.
Whoa.
I don't know
Alright.
why.
I
Like it's
Three
kind of
yeah.
Musketeers.
I like them, but I always associate them with Halloween because they're so smooth. Like I like Milky Ways, but the caramel gets in the way for some reason. Sometimes I don't always love caramel, whatever people say.
Caramel. I say caramel.
Three Musketeers. You bite into a Three Musketeers, and it's just like it's clean, it's crisp.
Well,
There's
as
just
you
the nougat.
as you mentioned Reese's cups, one thing that I always think of with Halloween candy is like you get like the Reese's cups that are like the individual ones, but they're like folded like over in like a little like square. You know what I'm talking about? Because there's ones that are like the vacuum sealed on like the sides, but then there is
Yeah.
one specific Halloween. Usually is the only time you see the individual Reese's cups.
They're like
Not-
glued
not with
shut.
the foil,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's like glued shut.
And you have
There's,
to,
a
like,
piece of
unfold
paper,
them at the bottom.
and then the
Those-
candy's in it, and then fold it over. That is like
Those are
that
Halloween
tickles my
candy.
brain for like
That's
Halloween
Halloween
candy.
candy.
That
That's
is
good.
like
That's good. That's
that
good shit.
specific style.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, that was a fun little icebreaker.
Fun
Favorite
little
candies. Let us know
Fondly.
your favorite Halloween candy in the comments below.
And make sure to like and subscribe and smash that like button.
Yeah. You
And
should.
that bell for notifications.
I forgot about the bell. That's good.
Gotta hit the bell for notifications, guys.
You gotta.
Yeah, gotta.
So, we have another Patreon ad of the week thing.
Woohoo.
All right.
These are fun. This person wanted to remain anonymous, so I don't know. I could
know
say
if
who
it's
they
good or
are, but
bad,
I'm gonna hold
but
them.
okay.
Yeah, keep it secret.
Keep it safe.
Maybe they think like their idea is not good, but I don't know. I think it's great. So they gave me an idea, and I kind of just have to run with it. So it goes with the theme of candy,
Okay.
Canada bars. Go buy a Canada bar today.
All right.
Maz had Maz's castle, kind of got destroyed in Force Awakens, right? So she rebuilt the castle, what was left, into a chocolate factory, and now she's selling Maz Canada bars.
Maz
beautiful.
Kanata and the Chocolate Factory, where Maz
Maz
Kanata
Kanata.
is Willy Wonka.
She walks out,
She
fakes,
walks out in
fakes
a-
falling
in a
over, does the
cane.
somersault.
No, it's like the Family Guy where she gets drive-by'd
By the First Order.
by the First Order. Exactly. That whole thing was a ruse. Actually, it was her testing out Finn. He didn't get the golden ticket though.
We do know there was a brewery. Matt and I famously built the castle in Minecraft,
Famously.
and we researched it. We went to the cross section. There was
Yep.
a brewery, so maybe she turned that into a
Could be a
Chocolate.
chocolate brewery.
chocolate brewery.
That's it. Alcoholic hot cocoa. Luke's favorite drink is hot chocolate. That's
Oh, then you know
canon.
what? Tamiri Blag, is that his name?
Tamir Blag.
He gets the golden ticket, jumps out of bed with his whoever he's with, and goes to the chocolate factory on
He's right.
Takadana.
He's running down like the father truck.
And then he
I
runs
got
it.
the golden ticket.
Oh my god!
Run, Tamiri, run all the way home.
Holy crap!
I think
This
I think
is
we
too
peaked.
good.
That's the best
All right,
idea
so
ever.
that's actually what we're talking about today. We're making a Tamiri Blag in the chocolate factory.
Yep. Well, wait, is it? It depends. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory are two different things.
Right.
You got to make
True.
Maz Kanata in the Chocolate Factory and then Tamiri Blag in the Chocolate Factory.
This is a Tamiri Blag in the Great Glass Elevator.
Ooh, all right. We're skipping the first one. We're going
The-
right to
Going
the
right
sequel.
in.
Meiluron flavored gobstoppers.
That's it.
Wow.
What does he steal?
Hey,
You stole
They-
fizzy lifting drinks.
He steals. What's a drink from Batu? You know better than I do.
steals fuzzy.
You stole
tampons.
Fuzzy Tauntauns.
You stole fuzzy tauntaun drinks. And who does he go with? He's alone. That stupid mole guy. He goes with the mole.
Yeah, he goes with the mole
slaver.
guy.
And the mole slaver's like he actually goes all the way up to the fan and gets chopped up. But Tamiri
mo-
survives.
He's like, hey.
Just like in the
Because
Phantom Menace
confirmed.
video game.
Yeah. Oh, no! This is too good. This is
Alright.
too good.
Without further
Anyway.
ado, there's that great idea that maybe we'll do something with that one day. I don't
So
know.
if you want to see us get on a tangent like that again, based on a random concept, consider supporting us on Patreon. Seriously.
And continue watching this video. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's basically what we're doing.
it's about to
today.
get. You thought that was fun? It's about to get crazy because we're about to build a spooky story.
Spooky story. All right.
Spooky story.
So what the heck does that mean? You might be asking yourself. Well, if you're a fan of the show, you know how we build random things and we all throw our ideas into one pot and we see what cooks up and what we get.
Make a lot of
So-
soup on the show.
Yeah, we're making a big spooky soup story.
The spooky soup stories with the HoloNet Marauders.
Oh, I'm
I don't
ending
know
the
if it
video. That was
landed
good.
And then the Goosebumps theme plays.
All right. Or the Twilight Zone. Yeah. Anyways,
Viewers beware, you're in for a scare.
would you guys like to hear our categories for today?
Yes.
Of course
No.
you would. You already know them.
Oh.
Setting. We're going to be choosing the setting of where this story is taking place.
Okay.
The real life inspiration. I couldn't think of a better way to describe it than that. But essentially, the best way that I described it to you guys, Jamie and Matt, was think Lego Halloween special last year, if you guys have watched that. Each one of those stories in there, I think it was 3 stories, parodied something for the most part.
Yep.
Yeah. So what was the Knights of Ren thing they spoofed in that?
That was Lost
from
Boys.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys, right? And then I don't remember what else they did, but I think they did like a
Neither do
Shining
I.
thing. I don't know.
Did
They
they
made
do
fun of The Shining at one point.
They did a bunch of different things. They were like twins in the
So
hallway.
this
or
could be,
something.
yeah, there was.
My
This could
favorite,
be,
poster was the 2 porgs at the end of the hallway.
That's it. Yeah.
right, that's what it was. So this could be a movie. I chose a movie. I won't say what it is yet. You could choose like a book or something. You know, you guys get it. Real life inspiration. That's where the story, that's the skeleton, spooky skeleton of the story. And then we'll be choosing a protagonist for this story. Could be someone that exists already or could be someone you want to create. Matt gets very creative and likes to make his own people. I don't blame him. So we'll see where he goes. Supporting character number 1, supporting character number 2, antagonist. And then we'll each, so for those ones, we'll spin the wheel. We'll see whose thing gets picked, whatever. And then 3 things that happen, we'll each contribute to that. We'll each throw in a random fact or thing that happens. And then our ending. So say if you did the Lost Boys as a thing, because that's the example we used from the Lego thing, you can change the ending. You could have a crazy ending. So yeah.
What a twist.
What a twist. You can add your own twist. Build your own twist. So,
What is this,
Jamie-
an ice cream shop?
Yes.
build your own ice cream shop.
That's next.
I can't believe we keep coming up with these ideas of, and by we, I mean,
You.
usually I come up with them, but I won't take all the credit because you guys help as well. I usually am like, does this look good? And you're like, yes. And then a lot of the times you'll add good criticism. But yeah, I'm excited to build this story. I think it's going to be a blast. And I think we're going to get a big mess.
Yeah, we always do.
Huge mess.
We're always
Jamie-
messy, very messy people.
Or you don't have to bring up the wheel yet.
Yeah.
We will do it a little differently this time. We'll be saying each of our things, unlike just picking someone and saying what they have. We want to hear what we all have to say about this. So for setting, who wants to start? Matt, I guess you go. You go first.
Okay. So mine is the grassy backwater hills of Lothal.
Ooh, I like
honestly
that.
thought that was headed for, you were just going to say the grassy knoll. And I'm like,
No.
I can picture
this is
you
not-
typing this out at 6:30 in the morning. Very detailed.
okay.
Jamie, what do you have?
Hyperspace en route from Coruscant to Hosnian Prime.
So on a ship,
Yeah,
in
But
hyperspace.
in hyperspace. That's
Just a
important.
person in hyperspace. Just
Whoa! I hear the coffee mugs.
Hear
Oh
the
god,
coffee
this
mugs.
is scary.
That is scary.
It is scary.
You'd be dead immediately. No, a
Ooh,
ship in
thrown into
hyperspace.
There's
Alright.
nothing scarier than mine. Auto Gunga.
That's spooky.
Is this
Very-
abandoned Auto Gunga after everybody goes to the
Yes,
special
it is.
sacred
No
place?
one's there.
Ooh, that is
Abandoned Auto
scary.
Gunga. Which you don't get to see in the movie in Phantom Menace. They just go down and like, oh, no one's there.
Is
You don't get to
this?
see them go down.
I have a feeling I might know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm
No, there's no way you know my plan.
okay. So it's not Jaws, but with an OPC killer
Oh, that would be good.
stalking his prey in
No,
an
no,
abandoned
no.
auto
Because it would have been on a boat.
You'd
What
be
would
under the
be
water.
Yeah, you get into a hay blibber at some point. We're gonna need a
Alright.
bigger hay blibber.
All right, JV, bring up the wheel now that we've all said
Yeah.
what we have to say.
Okay.
And let's.
So what is this wheel spin?
This is choosing the
This is
setting.
who
Which one of our
we're going.
ones we decide?
Alright.
What's our setting? All right.
Oh, we're going to Auto
Abandoned
Gunga.
Gunga.
Let's
All right.
go. Theoretically, I guess it could keep picking me, or no? Because I was just eliminated from the thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
Hopefully it
you still have one more.
okay, good.
Well, yeah. So there'll be like
Good,
one
good, good.
more that you'll actually have. So for
Cool.
some clarification, is it ruins of Auto Gunga? Is anyone living there at all, or is it like abandoned?
Well, like everything's still intact, like underwater. Like
Yeah, but
it's-
is it like abandoned?
Yeah, no one's there.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Cool.
liking this so far.
But no one was there.
The
Gotta use your
phone
spooky
thing.
voice, guys. So next up, we have the very important real life inspiration. I'm interested to see what you guys chose for this. I guess I'll go first. Reverse order
Okay.
here.
Sure.
Okay.
I went with Clue, the movie
Oh,
Clue.
yeah.
All right.
And just the movie and the board game are the same premise. So Clue.
I like it.
Jamie, what do you have?
Well, that was on my short list, but I had a feeling you were gonna say it.
Really?
So actually, the real life inspiration would be like a found film movie, like The Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity.
I like it.
Okay.
So
Or
it would be like a cool aspect to it.
what was the alien? Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Cloverfield, the Superhero One Chronicle. I don't know.
Ooh, good movie.
I am terrified by those kinds of movies, but
Just
I
go
mean,
with
I love
Blair
horror,
Witch.
Super 8?
So like,
No,
Or
Super 8
VHS.
wasn't one.
Super
Super
8,
8 wasn't
no.
one.
no.
Yeah, go with Blair Witch.
But yeah. So a found film movie like Blair Witch.
Okay,
Alright.
I like that. Great concept. Matt, what do you got?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, these are all gold.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Auto Gunga would be great.
Has to be a
Oh, boy.
lightsaber chainsaw.
Ooh. Lightsaber. Naboo Lightsaber Massacre. Hey!
Ooh, all right, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Auto Gunga.
Oh, man.
A Gungan Chainsaw Massacre.
That's good. I could see your thing fitting on Lethal.
Yeah, that's.
Very,
You see what else I've picked? You'll see that I had like a whole idea, whole
oh
theme.
boy. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Alright, cool. Up next is our protagonist for this crazy story.
Yeah.
Jamie, you go first.
Okay. So my protagonist is an unnamed mechanic. I kind of envisioned them being kind of like Ripley from Alien. So
Ooh.
like they could really hold their own. But they are just at the end of the day a mechanic. They're just doing their business, going
Just
about their
the
day.
mechanic.
Just the mechanic.
Very Mandalorian-esque. Like
Yeah.
the child, the everything, the Mandalorian. The client.
Yep.
I like
so this is the
Um,
mechanic.
Matt, what do you got?
So I have their name is The Last Gur, and they are a Jedi on their way to the temple when their ship crashes and they get amnesia and they forget they're a Jedi.
Okay.
And they forget they can use the Force.
What is their name?
The Last Gur.
The Last Gur.
Yeah.
Like The Last Jedi, but Gur.
Sure. It's a spoof on The Last Girl, which is like a common slasher trope where it's like one the
Oh,
final girl is the actual
Very
trope.
good.
But
that's very good. I like
Well,
that. Both
Last
good
Girl is
ideas
the
by you
name of
guys.
a young adult novel that I read a few years ago that was absolutely awful. I do not recommend it. But anyway.
don't read that. But
Don't read that one.
enjoy.
So I wasn't as creative as these guys, but I chose Orn Frita.
I'm deleting you preemptively off
running
the wheel.
around Auto Gunga, being chased by a lightsaber chainsaw wielding maniac.
That'd be great.
This has to happen. This has to happen. Has to happen.
Okay.
Dear
All my main
Lord.
characters are.
All right,
Hey,
the
the
mechanic.
mechanic. I like
Alright.
the mechanic.
I'm pumped.
Good.
I love the
The
mechanic.
mechanic
Woo!
is fixing up a hay blibber, but we'll see what's going on in this place, and that's how they can get out. Maybe that's the ending, or maybe they fix it up. They get out. I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Yeah,
and then the murderer's in the hay blibber with them.
The call is coming from inside the hay blibber.
There's always a bigger
Hey,
fish.
Blibber.
Yeah, you can say fish.
There's always a bigger murderer.
Always. Oh, this is good. This is
great.
This is getting really good.
It's heating up. Next we have supporting character 1. So Matt, you go first.
I have a droid named L0-80 or Lobo.
Lobo. Okay. What's the inspiration there?
The wolf.
Droid. I didn't have an inspiration for it, but I figured it's easier to have a droid be like killed in a slasher flick in Star Wars than a person. So I was like, you just cut through this droid.
Okay.
He's expendable. I figured he'd be a good expendable side character with a
Okay.
chippy attitude.
Okay. I like that. Jamie, what do you have?
So I have a spice runner / smuggler, unsure what he is, but his name is Coaxium Joe.
Oh, baby.
Coaxium Joe.
Coaxium Joe.
Yeah, the name is enough. You know everything about him just based on that name alone. Although he actually is like a huge wimp. It's all just in the name. So
Okay.
he'd be like the girl that's screaming their head off the entire time. So
Coaxium Joe. I like him.
Joe.
I went with Masameda.
Jeez, you're picking all the fat blue-headed dudes.
Yeah, are you
From
noticing
the
a theme?
Orn Frita and Mazamita.
Oh yeah. Cool. We'll
And what
go
was
to our
your
wheel
inspiration
spin.
again?
Clue.
Clue.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
May
that was my least favorite one.
Lobo
Lobo.
is supporting character. So it's L080?
Yeah,
L08.
L080. Because
Okay.
I wanted to
Right.
do that.
I like that. Is what kind of droid is he? Did you say?
I didn't say. He's a protocol droid.
Okay. I didn't know that adds to it. I mean,
He's a protocol droid.
He could actually say stuff aside from.
yeah.
Yeah, he can get slashed.
He would have
up
fit
too,
in
nice
well in
and
the
good.
Clue story. He could have been the
Could have
butler.
been the butler.
Exactly. He would have done it.
Damn. What could have been?
He would have done
So,
it.
to
This is how it
backtrack a
could have
bit,
happened.
our plot is very Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
So does that mean like their hay blibber broke down
Mhm.
and they had to stop at this
At the
underwater
abandoned
city?
Autogunga. Yep.
And we said it's abandoned, but if it's following Texas Chainsaw Massacre, are there like a few hicks around or something?
Well, okay. Since I can't be picked
Picks.
anymore, but what I had was stranded hyperspace prospectors.
Okay.
'Cause that's like
good.
a big thing in the High Republic. So I was thinking like, oh, hyperspace prospectors got stuck on the backwater planet of Lothal, and after generations of living
Well,
up there.
that still qualifies. I mean, because we picked your plot or your real life inspiration, so that's
Yeah, but
still
we
kind
still
of
haven't
the
gone
thing,
to an antagonist yet.
right? True.
Could be anybody. It's not going to be mine though.
Okay,
Done picking me.
that's true. What are we on now? Supporting character 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I can still read mine, even though
Yeah,
again.
you still read it. Matt, what do you have?
Okay, so I had Captain Pippo, a surly, salty ortolan with an eye patch and a confrontational side.
Okay. I like that. That's good. It's too bad it won't be picked, but I like
Too
that.
bad. Too bad.
I had Wat Tambor. Not blue, but another a-hole from the prequels. Jamie, what do you have?
The next time we do one of these things, you gotta make your own characters.
Well, I created the game, and I think it's funnier to have the pre-exist for the viewer out there,
But
viewer or
doesn't it-
watcher. Like, don't you like that I don't need to explain too much about my characters? I don't know.
We should all
My-
be on the same page, though.
my
That's what I'm
idea-
getting at.
My idea together is amazing. The way I chose the characters. I'll explain it at the end. I mean, you'll know all the ideas by the end. But
Okay.
Jamie, what do you have?
So my supporting character 2 is a student of the Hosnian Prime University. Their name is Howlin Lara, and they are absolutely insufferable and question everything, and they are kind of the worst.
Okay,
That's it.
cool. Let's spin the
Alright.
wheel. It's either me or Jamie on this one.
And it's
And we got Jamie's.
Yeah, my
Okay.
insufferable student.
None of my characters got picked, which is
Nope.
okay, because you guys did
didn't
original
Ornfree
ones.
get picked?
No.
No, unfortunately.
Oh, it's the mechanic. Oh wow, so
Mechanic,
so we have all
Lobo,
original
and
characters.
yeah. Jamie, what was yours again? What was this one?
The student named Howlin Lara.
Howlin' Lara.
Howlin.
They're getting chopped up.
Lara.
I'm sorry. All supporting characters get chopped up. The mechanic's gonna be the last guy. Or girl.
Oh, man, see, I get antagonists here, but it doesn't make sense with the characters we chose. All right, well, it could. But my antagonist is Cham Syndulla. If you,
Why is Cham Syndulla in Autogunga with a chainsaw?
I might as well
Taking it into his own hands.
Oh,
explain my
no.
plot now, right? So I
Yeah.
chose Clue, and Ornfree Ta, Masameda, Wat Tambor get invited to Autogunga for a dinner or something. Cham Syndulla hates all those guys.
That's true.
He kills all of them.
Yeah. That's that. You got it.
That's
See,
it.
does that make sense now?
It makes
well.
sense, but it doesn't make sense in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre scenario.
No, it doesn't. But oh well. What were your antagonists for each of you? Matt, you already kind of said yours, but
Yeah.
So if you remember my original concept was it was a ship in hyperspace, right? And so it was
Right.
also found footage, and so you didn't know what was going on. So the antagonist was, we don't know. We
Whoa, what
don't
a
know what
twist.
it was. What a twist.
Can you imagine?
You never find out what it is because it's never shown. So it's up to you, which is why it's so scary.
oh, that would have been
Imagine
great.
if we picked Jamie, and it would be like, I hear a chainsaw.
Can we trade?
Where is it? Oh, it's gone.
Can we trade Howlin' Lara for Wat Tambor and then have Jamie's antagonist?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yes.
You want
okay.
nothing?
I like that.
You
Everyone's
want
getting
nothing
killed.
as the antagonist?
It makes more sense than Cham
Well,
Syndulla.
There like still is like a murderer like at large.
It's like Blair
but
Witch.
You never find out what it is.
You never see the witch.
So like yes, like you see like bits and pieces along the way of this like lightsaber chainsaw like hacking people up, and you find like the remnants of people and whatnot, but like you never actually see it happen. So
Okay.
it's a combination.
All right, so we'll swap that out.
Maybe it's
Mystery
just,
antagonist.
Maybe it's
The
just
audience
some,
has to decide what it is.
It could just be like Womprats in the pipes the entire time, for all we know. And these
Making
people,
chainsaw noises.
maybe there's like.
Well, doesn't
a
everyone
gas-
die though?
Maybe there's like a gas leak on like Autogunga every time you step into different bubbles and people start seeing things, and it was all a dream. So that's why there was never actually.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
to
way
we're,
too high
We're gonna have to
concept.
narrow it down to one by the end.
Which one do you want?
Well, we each do have so. There's a couple categories left. We each add a thing to it, which will make things very interesting, and then we'll have an ending, which I guess we'll all together come up with an ending now that we know Jamie's thing.
Yep,
Is that a good idea?
sure.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll start us off with the things that happen along the way in this story.
Okay.
Protagonist and supporting character 2 have a secret romance. So the mechanic and Wat Tambor have a secret romance.
You know, it makes sense because he needs his like dials like tuned up and
Ooh.
whatnot.
Someone's got to turn those dials.
Somebody's gotta, like-
Oh, baby.
Somebody knows how to make him tick, and it's only the mechanic.
That mechanic
Oh, man.
is like, woo. Ew, 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 ew. Oh man, that's too spicy. This is getting too
This
spicy.
is getting good.
This is already rated R.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Matt, what's your along the way thing?
One thing that happens along the way. Actually, I didn't write one. Oh wait, no,
Come
I
back
did.
to you. Oh.
I got one. So, a Jurassic Park arms scene, where a character is like hanging out, and then all of a sudden, like an arm falls on them, and they're like, "Oh, thank goodness you're here!" But it's just the arm.
Oh,
I
It could be
originally had
Mace-
that.
You could have it be Mace Windu's arm because it's
Sure.
Samuel Jackson's arm in Jurassic Park. So
Sure. Mace
We'll stick
Windu's
with that.
arm. Mace Windu is there too, I guess.
just his arm on Autogunga.
Just his arm.
Made its way there.
did he get his arms cut off?
He did get his hands
hand.
cut off.
Hand.
Hands,
His hand got cut off.
legs? No,
Nope.
he
No,
he
just
kept
the
his
hand.
legs.
Just his hand.
Okay, one
He
hand
got
And
electrocuted.
then there was one of those world between worlds like portals. The hand went through and then it popped up in Autogunga.
and
There you
Autogunga.
go. Thank goodness
Okay.
you're here, Mace.
So, Jamie, what's your thing along the way?
At one point, the mechanic and I guess Wat Tambor, now that there's a spicy relationship, the droid makes coffee for them, and it's just like a little like coffee break interim scene. But then it gets like rudely interrupted. Again, Jurassic Park references, like the velociraptors chasing the kids through the kitchen. It's kind of like that, where it's like calm at first, like beforehand, you know, they're eating the jello. So like it's the calm, everybody's having like the coffee, and it's like going great, and then suddenly they like hear it coming, and then it's a scene through like the kitchen.
And Wat Tambor has his cup, and he's like,
it's like, yeah. So instead of like the jello like jiggling, it's like the coffee cup and the saucer like.
And then Lobo turns around and he's like, does anybody want another? And he just slices right through him. Wat Tambor and the mechanic bust out of that whatever coffee kitchen there is in Autogunga. Yeah. They're getting out of there. But then Lobo, you hear him in the back just getting sawed up.
Oil and stuff flying everywhere.
Oh, yep.
Parts. Okay, so let's go through all of this because everyone's head is probably spinning right now trying to figure out what's going on.
Mine certainly is.
Since 6:30 a.m.
So, the mechanic, Lobo, the protocol droid, and Wat Tambor show up in the Hay Blibber. Their Hay Blibber breaks down. They go to Autogunga to find refuge. Nobody's there for some reason. They're like, what's going on? And the mechanic's like, I'll use some parts here to fix this up, fix up the ship, the submarine, and we'll get on our way. And then, where are we? People just start dying, or a lot of things happen along the way.
They hear a chainsaw. They don't know where it's coming from.
Chainsaw or lightsaber?
Lightsaber chainsaw.
It's a lightsaber chainsaw.
A lightsaber chainsaw. Okay, I missed that little detail. There's a romance between the mechanic and Wat Tambor that happens.
Mm-hmm.
The Lobo's making coffee, and the coffee scene we just described happens a little bit after the romance, I'd say. And then, what was your detail? Oh, an arm.
And then
falls
an arm falls out. And if it's Mace Windu's arm, then I think I know who the villain is. It's Mace Windu with a chainsaw, lightsaber chainsaw, and he's out to get revenge.
The antagonist is unknown, even though Matt thinks it's Mace Windu.
I think it's Mace Windu, but we don't know. We don't know.
We see a cloaked figure running around or something, but we don't see them.
With only one hand.
And how does it end? Who's dying here? We know Lobo dies.
Lobo gets chopped the hell up because that plays into my ending.
If this is falling into canon Star Wars, which it's not, none of our stuff really does. Wat Tambor can die. Anything's on the table. This is like Trios of Horror. You know, Homer Simpson dies like every time in those, and everyone dies.
Either Wat Tambor or the mechanic is dying because there's only one person left.
I think the mechanic has to last till the end because they finally fix up the Hay Blibber, and then what happens?
Okay.
And then the Wat Tambor gets like grabbed and chainsawed, and the mechanic doesn't even like look because like they can't bear to like look at it because they had like the romance. And they're like, oh no, I can't watch, and then they look away, and then they like go in the Hay Blibber, and because of that's why we never see who the antagonist is, because the mechanic looks away.
Okay, that kind of doesn't work with my ending, but we'll go with it.
So did they get away? Does the mechanic get away?
Yeah, the mechanic gets away.
The mechanic gets away.
The main character got away in mine too. But for mine, it's the main character tricks, because originally my antagonists were cannibals. So whoever this is a cannibal, they eat their victims. And our main character tricks the antagonist into eating the droid, and he gets electrocuted and dies.
Ooh.
The antagonist. I originally had it so that the Jedi remembers she's a Jedi at the last minute, uses the Force on the villains to trick them into thinking that the droid is a person, and then they go to eat the droid and they all get electrocuted.
Well, guess what? This won't work because the droid is already dead.
The droid died with the coffee.
The droid got chopped up, so they just trick whoever the antagonist is into going back and eating the body.
Yeah, the mechanic
in the coffee room.
Isn't that smart?
Says you.
The Force.
We don't need the
Says
Force.
Me.
Who created the mechanic again? Was it Jamie?
That was me.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so what's the mechanic gets away? We never find out who the killer was.
Those are the the 2 points that you wanted in here. You wanted my antagonist, in which you don't know who the antagonist is.
Yes, so we don't find out.
So they can't be tricking the antagonist if they don't even know what they're dealing with.
Exactly.
I feel
But
like we can
then-
make this work.
I
He
liked
leaves a
Jamie's.
nice spaghetti dinner out, but it's actually just the wires from Lobo. Our
I liked
antagonist
Jamie's
stops to
idea.
eat it and dies.
Jamie's idea was good about it all being like a crazy trip or something, like a something. About, who had the idea about gas and like?
Gas bubbles? I
the
was
gas
just like
bubbles.
going off at that point.
That was
like,
Jamie.
Maybe they're locked in.
I thought
like,
we had
one,
something
One
there.
of the big bubbles is like there's a gas leak in it instead, and so then like
So there you go.
They're just like
There's a
"Whoa."
gas leak.
They
Like
get the antagonist on a gas leak, and whoever it is, they trap whoever it is in the bubble that they know is filled with gas. The mechanic gets away. The antagonist is stuck eating Lobo parts and dying. Whoever it is.
Or they don't die. They get away,
I
and
mean, they could.
the antagonist doesn't die.
Sure, fine.
That's usually how those things end, right? Like Blair Witch. The Blair
Yeah,
Witch wins
Texas,
in Blair Witch.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They don't kill Leatherface,
Right. That's true.
And
but they
Michael
do
Myers
kill
just
most of the people in
disappears.
like.
Michael Myers always
Silence of the Lambs.
disappears.
Yeah, but then he gets blown up in the second one, and
Yeah, but then he's
dies.
back.
Then he's back.
No, he dies. He dies in the second one.
My ending was just gonna be James Sandilla kills everyone and has a big grin on his face at the end.
All right.
Here's
So the,
Cham.
the mechanic doesn't get away because Cham Syndulla was hiding on the hay blibber the whole time.
I like the
kills
idea
As-
of the person
as
being on the hay
hay-blibber's,
blibber.
like going away.
Or how about does the antagonist make like a noise? Like they make a noise when they're around or something? I don't know. Like you can hear them breathing.
Yes, it's a chainsaw.
How
they
about
hear
the
the
hay blibber's getting
chainsaw.
away and then you just hear the chainsaw start and then the screen goes to credits?
No, Cham Syndulla is not the antagonist. Cham
No, no, no.
Syndulla is totally
I know.
disconnected.
He's not saying Champ Syndulla's in the backseat in this situation. How about the mechanics getting away in the hay blibber?
They
But
wipe
then
their brow like, whew.
Suddenly, as like they're driving off, like to like the surface, you hear like the chainsaw like in the hay blibber with them, and they're like, "Am I the murderer?"
I liked the
No,
I
no,
liked
too
the
far.
idea that it's just Cham Syndulla. Like the whole movie just goes by, and then all of a sudden at the end, the mechanic just gets in the hay blibber, goes away, and then Cham Syndulla, out of nowhere, just pops up and kills him. The end.
How about the mechanic is driving away, and then it fades into fades into the sunset to the surface, and then suddenly fade to black, and then it doesn't fade to black, and it's just them taking off a VR headset, and it's Palpatine going, ha 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 ha, and it was just like some like mental exercise for Palpatine this entire time.
I was just
Okay.
hoping for one of those artsy finishes where everyone in the
okay.
theater is like, "What did I just watch?" It
Here,
just cuts to
we can do
black.
That's
this.
why it would be perfect with the no visuals. So the
Oh, exactly. I'm with
Bob
James.
Tambor gets taken, and the mechanic is like, I can't look.
We're
And then they
overthinking
get
this,
away.
guys.
They get away, and that's it. It's the last shot you see is the mechanic getting away, and you just hear mass hysteria.
And then
of
the
Wat
spooky
Tambor,
theme of the movie plays.
I think we should
that's
go
what you see.
the Friday the 13th route. Neither of you have seen Friday the 13th, have you?
Oh, I have.
Okay.
Classic,
So
with the
spoiler
lake.
alert for anybody who hasn't seen it. The
Oh, they get
final
to the
girl
surface.
Gets away, then she gets into a boat, and then out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, the corpse of zombie Jason jumps out of the water and drags her down. That is the ending of Friday the 13th. Corpse Jason doesn't appear in the rest of the movie because it's the mother that's doing the killing in the first one.
Right.
So this just comes out of complete nowhere. So I think
Instead
we
of
have our
Cham
mechanic
Syndulla,
escape.
it's Jason Syndulla.
we're floating. Mechanic gets out. He's like, "Whew, that was a close one." And then freaky ass Jason Syndulla pops out of the water and just drags him under. And that's the end.
Okay, I like it. But it's
All
just
right.
it's just a shadowy figure. We don't really see them. And so that then you win, Jamie wins. Because Jamie's thing is we don't see the person.
I'm saying these people are not connected to the antagonist. This is just Jason Syndulla, and he's there,
It's-
and he
it's
drags
some
him
totally
underwater.
new
It's
just
not.
thing.
He's not the antagonist.
We have,
He's
like,
just
the-
Jason
Okay,
Syndulla.
gotcha,
We
I
had,
gotcha.
like the mystery person the entire time, and they're getting
mystery
away,
person
and
is
then
still
this is
trapped.
just something completely
In the
different.
gas bubble.
This is exactly like Mother Voorhees dying and then Jason showing up. It's
Perfect.
the same thing. So maybe Cham Syndulla was the killer, maybe not. And then we have his grandson, finishing it off. It's just like Friday the 13th.
And we only choose Jason Syndulla because Jason.
Because he looks freaky too. Also,
Yeah.
can you
He's
imagine
just covered
that face?
covered in like
Wow.
algae and.
Just coming out, green hair, those soulless purple eyes, just popping out, dragging the mechanic.
Okay, this might have
took a
been
turn.
this might have been our most. I don't want to say our
Contested.
best build a thing, but I think we each contributed the most. It's a perfect mix of all of our ideas. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I agree.
We got Jamie's thing, Matt's crazy thing got thrown in there, the characters. I got Auto Gunga in there. That was good. And it's pretty spooky
Yeah, this is
and spicy. It's got
I
it's
just
got everything you
finished
need.
it and I have no idea what the hell happened in the movie.
But that's like all horror movies, honestly. So if you're listening to this and you're like, this is a mess. I mean, when was the last time there was like a actual good horror movie? I'm not a horror movie person, so I wouldn't know that.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's experimental.
You seen all the new Halloween movies? Terrible.
I saw Halloween Ends the other night. It was not.
I read the
very
plot
good.
online. Sounded like hot garbage.
It was
but,
a little disappointing, to say the least.
And if you don't
Yeah.
watch scary movies, well, here you go. Here's the summary of our hypothetical scary movie, and that's all you need to know.
Yep.
That's all I need. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to the HoloNet Marauders podcast this week. This was our spooky, scary
What's the
scoop
title?
of a story.
What's the title?
Auto Gun Gone.
Ooh,
Auto Gun Gone. I
we
like
got
that.
it first try. We got it first
There you
try.
go. That's what it is. You've been listening to a pitch for a horror movie called Auto Gun Gone. If you've been listening in the audio version, we have a video version of the podcast as well. If you've been watching on video, we also have an audio version, so you can take us with you wherever you go on any major podcast platform. You can find us everywhere on social media at HoloNet Marauders, and thank you so much for listening to the HoloNet Marauders podcast.